You ever work for a company where the workplace culture was, well, terrible? It sucked, didn't it? Putting in countless hours of effort only for there to be no fulfillment or payoff at the end? Oh wait, that's being a Browns fan. In the NFL, you can't help but notice that some teams are run a lot better than others. And other teams are run like your old job. Terrible and soul-crushing. Let's find out what the worst run organization in the NFL is, and that's coming up right after this. First, let's go over the criteria because we all love spreadsheets. Keep in mind this evaluation is for the last 15 years. PR disasters, anything in the media that paints the team in a negative light. On-field product, is the team winning or losing? Coaching and staff turnover, loss of beloved players, are good players voluntarily leaving? Off-field scandals, league discipline, any punishment doled out directly from the NFL, bad trades / bad draft picks, and facilities, aka an excuse to score the Commanders much lower. And any apathy towards fans and general cheapness or pettiness. Let's get into it. Indianapolis Colts. As far as an on-field product, this team hasn't been bad. It's hard to believe that as recently as 2020, this was an 11-win team. And prior to the Jeff Saturday disaster, there has been little turnover at the helm. What lands this team on the list is their owner, Jim Irsay, who just seems to run his mouth a little too much and snort booger sugar, something that got him fined and suspended 6 games in 2014 because he got arrested for it.
In the upper quartile of winners, we're in the top quartile of that upper quartile.
You couple Irsay with the sad Andrew Luck retirement, some bad trades like Trent Richardson, bad draft picks like Bjorn Werner, and this most recent tire fire of a season, things seem to be headed in the wrong way for Indy. But to his credit, Irsay isn't known for being apathetic or a skinflint. The Indianapolis Colts get a bad organization score of 46. The Carolina Panthers. The Panthers are interesting as they are the only team on this list to have multiple owners during the last 15 years, and well, both of them suck. Jerry Richardson was an ex-NFL player and he got the team to a Super Bowl, but then liked them apple-bottom jeans a little too much and was fined and forced to sell the team. David Tepper came in and has mismanaged the team so swiftly Ticketmaster is impressed. Coaching was consistent with Ron Rivera, but the bag that they gave Matt Rule to suck ass was not smart. Then you add in trading for Teddy Bridgewater, trading for Sam Darnold, and trading for Baker Mayfield, the departure of Christian McCaffrey, and this team has been bad, and the only thing that's changed is Tepper. Then you add in the completely botched practice facility, which got half built and then abandoned. Yeah, nothing says a team is being run poorly like a rusting steel frame that Tepper had to back out on and still owes $81 million for. So if you're a fan of the Panthers and they have to trade one of your favorite players of all time on account that the team is in debt over some dumb shit, well, I think this was a tire fire too. Carolina Panthers bad organization score of 49. Oh, it's that time of year again. Thinking about your 2023 budget while zoning out on the treadmill. Well, I have something that can help both your health and your wallet. HelloFresh is a meal delivery service that is going to save you time, money, and help you meet your dietary goals. Stop paying outrageous delivery fees. Plus, HelloFresh even has fast and fresh meals that are ready in less than 15 minutes. Check out this Southwest beef cappatavi I made. It was super easy and super delicious. With over 35 weekly recipes, they have the options you are looking for. Calorie smart, carb smart, even customized meal selections. They even make snacks easier. If you're hosting a big game party, HelloFresh has you covered. All this and 25% cheaper than takeout. So after this video, head on over to HelloFresh.com and use code 5points21 for 21 free meals plus free shipping. Again, go to HelloFresh.com from the link below and use code 5points21 and get 21 free meals plus free shipping. Thank you, HelloFresh, for supporting this channel. Houston Texans. Geez, Texans, you couldn't even win at being the worst at something. I bet that's a familiar feeling. You gotta lovey just how awful this organization has been, in particular the last 3 years. What's crazy is firing Bill O'Brien was probably the worst move Cal McNair has ever done. Since then, they have been awful on the field, not topping 4 wins in 3 consecutive seasons. Oh, but Bob did do something productive. He traded Nuke Hopkins for David Johnson and a bag of peanuts. And JJ Watt was cut. I mean, it was a cap-saving move, but what's indicative of how poorly run the Texans are is their recent coach turnover. They hired 2 minorities in a row, set them up for failure, and then fired them expeditiously. Why hire Lovie Smith for 1 year when you could have just kept David Culley? Their plan had been to bring in inexperienced Josh McCown because he sat next to Jack Easterby once in church, but they ended up firing Easterby. Now what? And that brings us to Deshaun Watson. Remember, the team was already at odds with Deshaun before the fingers in the butt stuff came out, and their hesitance to resolve that situation didn't necessarily cost them in terms of getting value on trading him, but that's because the next team on this list is run worse than the Texans. Bad organizational score for the Texans is 54. Cleveland Browns. 3 firsts, a third, and a fourth. And then the largest fully guaranteed contract ever in the NFL for 1,100 yards, 7 TDs, 5 picks, and a 3-3 record. Look, any organization that brings in Deshaun Watson after all the accusations is obviously poorly run. But let's look at other criteria to see how bad the Browns really are. Coaching turnover. Kevin Stefanski, if he makes it through a couple weeks next year, will be the longest tenured coach in the re-expanded Browns history. And he's not that much better than Romeo Crennel. The on-field product has been horrible. 2 playoff berths in 20 plus years, a 1-win season followed by an 0-16 season. Joe Thomas retired even though he might have had a couple seasons left. Myles Garrett was fined for trying to decapitate Mason Rudolph, then wrecked his car and missed time for supposedly swerving to miss a deer while a female companion was in the car? Okay. The Watson deal was bad, but what about the OBJ trade? Overpaying for Jadeveon Clowney and his 2 sacks this year? And let's not forget the owner himself was in hot water for a scam that happened at Flying J. And the Browns stadium is aging, though I do kind of dig the Brownie logo they put at the 50. Yes, the Browns checked all the boxes, but it's hard to believe there is a worse run team in the league. The Browns score of 56 is not the highest. The title, of course, goes to the Washington Commanders. You knew they were the worst, so let's just go down the list. On-field product is shit. The coaching turnover has been surprisingly low, though any fans of the team during the Jay Gruden era will hardly say that's a positive. They were the ones who didn't even want Kirk Cousins, though him doing dumb shit like taking a knee instead of spiking the ball lets you know kind of where they were thinking. The cheerleader scandal, the lawsuit and accusations against the owner, Larry Michael just disappearing one day, the botched Sean Taylor memorial, wait. Which one? Lying about the season ticket waiting list, stealing from other owners, being fined for cutting players to circumvent the cap, trading up for RG3, trading for Carson Wentz, a full-on congressional investigation the owner is literally hiding from on his yacht. And to top it all off, FedEx Field is a dump full of more hot garbage than Mount Trashmore. And just recently, Frank Herzog wasn't even invited to Sonny Jurgensen's jersey retirement. The two were broadcast partners for 22 years. But hey, they have a mascot that looks like a pig. Why isn't he Commander Tutty? Mayor Tutty, get the fuck out of here. Worst part is, Snyder said he was gonna sell the team. But we haven't seen a peep about that since he tested the PR waters. I bet they even fucked that up. But of course, the culture.
You know, the culture is actually damn good.